Hello, my name is Erwin Schrödinger, Austrian physicist and prolific owner of bow ties. Welcome to the beautiful land of Vienna, where I lived and died from 1887 to 1961. I didn't get around very often, but that's okay. Based on my research, I found out that certain particles could exist in two places at once. Just not me. I stayed where I lived in Vienna, popping hypothetical cats into hypothetical boxes to hypothetically see what would hypothetically happen. The Schrödinger's cat is one of the most commonly used ideas used to explain the phenomenon known as quantum superposition, or when a particle is in multiple quantum states at once. The experiment requires a box, a cat, a Geiger counter, a hammer, and a vial of poisonous gas, along with some radioactive material. Once the radioactive material decays to a certain extent, the Geiger counter will drop the hammer, crushing the glass and killing the cat. This effectively means that the cat's state of being, dead or alive, is tied directly to the radioactive material. However, because radioactive decay is random, it is almost impossible to tell when the cat will die. Therefore, it is considered to be both dead and alive. However, if one were to open the box and to see, then by observing the cat they would be able to know whether it was dead or alive, thus collapsing the wave function.
But Mr. Schrödinger, that doesn't make sense. What about things that can exist in multiple states, like your relationship status? Does your simultaneous engagement to your wife and your mistress make you a quantum phenomenon?
To which I say, stay out of my private life! But to answer your other question, no, I do not believe, nor am I saying that a cat can literally be both alive and dead at once. What I am saying is that Schrödinger's cat is experimentally considered to be both alive and dead, and in a state of experimental quantum superposition. However, it is not in a state of physical superposition. An example of said physical superposition would be the double-slit experiment, later developed by Thomas Young. Before I explain the experiment, it is important to explain the way light acts. Light is a photon and therefore acts something like a cross between a wave and a particle. That is to say that it moves like a wave, but its energy is concentrated in the same way that a particle is. My cat. To put it simply, the interference pattern collects in such a way that scientists have been able to figure out that the photons actually pass through both slits at once, like how my cat was both alive and dead at the same time. When they tried to observe the photons as they passed through the slits, however, the interference pattern no longer showed up. Instead, the photons would collect in two straight lines, like the pause button on a YouTube video. The double-slit experiment is not the only thing to have come out of my research. In fact, the very first quantum computer is being developed as we speak, even though I am about 40 years dead while it is being developed. But nonetheless, this applies to you, dear viewer. Sometimes science isn't all about just the Nobel Prizes, though I have to admit that was really nice. But it's also about furthering technological advancements in society and achieving what could be considered as magic to some people. The scientist only imposes two things, namely truth and sincerity. Imposes them upon himself and upon other scientists. Yes, I just quoted myself, but it's a good quote. Anyway, now recalling Shakespeare's age-old question, to be or not to be. Why not both?